on that beat, ho.
Yo, welcome to the latest episode of the Chosen Podcast, and today I'm sitting with Justin, Ray Stoffels.
How are you? How's it going?
Good. Justin Ray Stoffels is a comedian, and he's my homie from a few years. My first night I did comedy, I met Justin, and Justin's been a cool friend of mine. Like. So how's it going, Justin?
I'm good. How are you? Just chilling at the moment. Just how are you? Working through my stuff, going through my new material, looking out for the new show. You know, just doing gigs at the moment. So I'm just
building up.
Just building up a temple. That's all I'm doing.
Building up that temple.
But I can't say even build. I'm just pacing, or I'm just letting it come to me. Cause chasing is lekker. But sometimes chasing it, you get frustrated by chasing me, bro. But if you let things come to you, like you play with the universe, and just go, trust the process, like the kids say now.
Trust the process.
If you just trust the process and let material come, like I don't even like writing anymore. Like I don't go to newspapers and take that headline and just break that headline down and then write a joke out of that. I can, but I don't feel like doing that anymore. Like what I like doing now is just driving down the road, and if I see something, that's my joke, and I'll remember that until I get home, and then I won't even have to write it down because the joke is already formed.
You're just loving life, and like let things come to you as they flow.
Yes, King. That's
like so. A lot of my listeners might not know about you, so we're gonna start at the very beginning. I want to ask you, how did you get into comedy? When and how did you get into comedy? I should ask you when and how. Yeah.
How?
Did you always like it from young or something like that?
I don't know. I think it was. All my friends were always when you grow up, you always have that group of friends that just belachelijk. You can sit in a room.
I know that we all part of friends like that.
You can just sit in a room all day and my friends. I'm from Grayton, right? So countryside like this. So it was just the silliest jokes, the silliest things, but I like talking about mosquito knees,
mosquito knees.
Eating mosquito knees tonight. So they would make
I remember that one. There was a joke like fish goers or something.
So it'd be silly stuff like that, right? Silly shit like that. So I think because of the type of brass in the environment that I hanged out with, because I think in every community you have the gangster brasser, then you have the dance group, and then you just get this smile. You get the class clowns that just laugh for everything, my bro. So I was part of that community. There was the dance, I was part of it, but I was more on the class clowns. I was more with them niggas that just make jokes every day and stuff. So I wasn't with the cool brasser or the pretty brasser or the dance brasser. I was here with those niggas that just made jokes day in and day out. So I didn't know about comedy back then, but I think something was planted in me back then to start off with, right? And I think in my household as well, the way you grow up in that poverty. I think because of my granny trying to enlighten the mood, she always made jokes and trying to bring you across, back. You're just sitting there with nothing, and then she would make something out of nothing. She would just make jokes, in that crazy moment we have nothing. So
it's interesting that you say that, because there is in hard times people sort of have to crack jokes to make things a bit softer or a bit easier. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You watch the Austin Powers movie, and then that will just lighten the mood. Or you watch a Jim Carrey movie, like me and my sister used to, like, when the mask came on, that was like, where that brass and God.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, and I think...
I'm thinking that he was one of your influences back, back
his,
in the day.
his movies, like the comedians movies.
He was back in the 90s, Jim Carrey was the man. I remember the Jim Carrey movies.
So
you chilling with your homies, you skitting jokes, you're watching Jim Carrey movies, there's a bit of an influence from your grandmother.
Yeah.
How does that all come together?
I think when eventually I was in London, I was in England.
London, okay, interesting.
I was in the UK. I know you can.
So Jim Carrey from Grayton is in the UK. What's happening now?
I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be, because I know I'm supposed to be somewhere, right? Like from my childhood, in my mind was always like, okay, I need to do something. There's something happening here. There's a
bigger picture to this.
Yes. So I'm trying to put all the puzzles, pieces of the puzzles together in the UK. Right? I'm working as a waiter, barman at this restaurant in the UK, and I was like, no man, like what are you supposed to do? So I brought all of my characteristics together. Like, okay, I'm working in a restaurant, so I'm making jokes every night with the people, just to lighten the mood. Waiting 30 minutes for your food there. So
You're that guy.
Yeah. I have to make
guy.
the jokes while waiting. Like, where you from? What's your name? I'm from there. And then it starts, just like you do on stage. What's your name? Where you from?
And you're obviously doing this with international people now, because you're obviously in London.
Portuguese, Bulgarian, Spanish. I'm meeting everyone there. South Africans is here. And I'm like, okay, you're preparing me when I go back home. So just to cut the story short, I saw Eddie Murphy, hilarious, the purple suit on. I was like, and he looked like a waiter on stage. He's there with the bar stool and the lappy and stuff.
Wait, that's me.
Because I'm doing that with people, talking, sit with them, making jokes. I'm like, so I can do that and earn more money. Then, so he's basically doing the same. So I'm like, that's my calling. So, Eddie Murphy. Long story, Eddie Murphy.
Okay, I'll remember that. Nice, man. So where was your first time on stage? Was it in London?
My first was in Cambridge, which is 20 minutes. But my first experience where I felt like this is my first time doing it was in London at the Lion's Den. Yeah, Lion's Den in London. Yeah, so that's where I felt like this is my first experience as a comedian. Yeah, so my mentor gave me £200. He said, travel.
Sure.
Go and experience. Because I said, I never get out. I always have to work. So I'm like, okay, here's £200.
Nice.
See if you can come, right? So I just took a train to London. I booked a few spaces, and Lions Den, it's where I was with the afro and felt like Richard Pryor and stuff.
Okay, lekker. Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy. I like all the references.
So I was just heckling, people was heckling, and I was giving back and stuff. So it was just, Lions Den in London was my first experience, I would say.
So obviously you had to come back to South Africa, like.
Yeah.
After your stay in London, because your visa expired, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So I was in London for 1 year and 6 months, right? So because you only have a 6 months visiting visa, so you have to come back every time.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I can't do this back and forth whole time. I need to, And I saw, and that when I was in London, I saw Trevor Noah coming up. I was like, who the hell is this? So that was like 2011, 2012. I saw Trevor Noah coming up, and I was in the comedy game that side. I was like, who the hell is this? So I was like, okay, I don't know who
you were
this
international before Trevor Noah.
So I was like, who the hell? Okay, and that's when Make the Circle Bigger came out. I think that was 2010. With the Soccer World Cup. I was like, okay, Trevor is making it big and stuff. So I was like, I need to get back to Cape Town and start doing it there. So
okay, so you came to Cape Town and you're like...
Yes. And I think end of 2012 came back to Cape Town, and my first gig was in West Choliba, Plumstead.
I remember Chili Boy. Yeah, I think Gino and Rasdam ran that at that time.
So I was like, now I have to come back to Cape Town and just do the thing here. Yeah.
Nah, interesting, man. Yeah, so from then till you came back to Cape Town, like till now, what has been your highlight so far of your careers, or not of your comedy career so far? Like, what is your high point like? Do you think?
I think Jive did a lot for me.
The Jive comedy. Oh yeah, did you play the Jive?
Yeah, that was 2016.
Yeah.
I think because I was booked the full month and
The full man.
yeah, so
Nice,
it gave me so much experience and so much love and so much, even the digital side, like the media, like
Jive is is it still Jive?
yeah,
Yeah, still Jive. Yeah,
Yeah.
still Jive.
yeah.
It's a nice one. It's run by Eddie
Kasar.
Kasar. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So the comedy reel that I got from there, I could send to so many different places and it even made people from my hometown in Grayton proud. So
Yeah, it's a big to be booked for a full month. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big.
yeah, so that platform, I think Jive was very lekker for me.
Yeah.
Full month,
Nice,
every
man.
night, like a whole stadium, not a whole stadium.
And the people were like giving you a stand.
Yeah, it was crazy. And coming from a club experience where you only do small club gigs, like you do armchair, you do premium sports
Yeah.
bar, you do small clubs, and if you destroy in small clubs, in theater it's so much, it's double you destroy you even better because people like in theater they're already there for laughter, so you don't have to in a comedy club you have to get people still to laugh, right? But in a theater they're already there, they're just waiting for you to say something, so you kill even harder. So imagine 30 days of just killing every
Loud.
it was crazy. It was crazy, yeah.
Yo, that's cool, man.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I think Jive was lekker. Was a good experience.
So last time I saw you, we were at Premium, and we were both like in this like other space, and you said, "Hey, I'm going to Joburg," and I was
yeah.
"That was like a couple of years ago. How long was it ago?"
Yo, that was probably a year ago.
A year ago, yeah. A year ago,
Probably a
probably.
year ago, yeah.
Could be.
Oh yeah. But it feels like a couple of years. But
Yeah, what was a year ago? And you said, "Nah, you're going to Joburg," and then you said, "Okay, I'm gonna go, and this thing is gonna be different and stuff like that." So you went to Joburg, and how was Joburg? What did you learn from Joburg? Like, while you were in Joburg, like?
I think okay, let me start. I have 2 points in my head that I wonder. Like my first initial thought for Joburg was when I was in the UK already, 2012. Like I got this universal message: first do Cape Town, then you do Joburg, and then you do Durban. So first become a household name in Cape Town, then you become a house, and then you go to Joburg and do bigger platforms. So by that time, when I told you I'm going to Joburg, I felt like, okay, I've done my time in Cape Town, 6 years in Cape Town.
You done your
Yeah, the prophecy fulfilled.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so I think I've done what I said in 2012. So I was like, it's time now to go for the bigger platform now. And yeah, I just feel like there's more venues and Joburg's got more theater and Broadway and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, it's time to go for that now. And Joburg, I think for me, Joburg is like you just came out of an abusive relationship.
Yeah,
But it made you stronger.
Easy.
Like, you know that ex that you were in abusive
Is that how you feel now? Like what?
Domestic abuse. So I think that's how I see Joburg, like abusive relationship, but it made you stronger. But
Okay.
away. So Joburg is that ex that you like. I want to see.
You want to see sometimes.
I only thought about it the other day, like that was. I don't know. I came up. I said, "Oh yeah."
What did you learn from? You must have learned something from the
lot.
Joburg experience.
A lot, bruh. I'm so much stronger in my perseverance and determination and stuff. Like, I think when athletes go running, they build up like stamina and stuff like that. Same thing with Joburg. It was
build up like
yeah, it was like training ground. Like they go to a gym to build up stamina and stuff. I went to Joburg for that, to build up stamina, determination. I didn't know it at the time when I went there. My mind was just on comedy. But now I can see that all the things that I build up, like the muscle, like I don't know what to call it, spiritual
you
muscle.
could have muscle memory, but maybe comedy is type of muscle memory.
Yeah, like your mind muscle or whatever determination. So that's where I went for that, to build up more, you know. And I think you can see it now than the person that I was before. That's why I like the poster that you had. But anyways, like the before and after.
Before and after.
Yeah, so you can see the difference as well in terms of how you build up and you know yourself and stuff. So I think I like Joburg for making me better and building me up.
Maturing.
Yes. Final form. Evolved as a Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't think you're in your final form yet, like. I still think you got a few forms left in your life.
Mewtwo. Still have Mewtwo in there.
Yeah, nah. So you learned a lot from Joburg. I would expect like you want to maybe go now into international, but you came now back home or
I think
you're missing something back home here.
I got the girl here, so
Easy.
where I'm living now, we're living together.
Aye.
So that's the reason for me to be home.
Is
That's
that
the reason.
okay?
But no, that's not the reason why I came back. I just I was so isolated in Joburg.
That's one thing when about in my experience. If you go overseas, like you miss family and friends, like.
And when you come back, you're like, and I think it helps you, it builds you up better, and you become so much better as a person in survival strategy.
Yeah.
And you become better, and you know.
So you said you went over to Joburg, you built up your
muscle.
Your muscle, and then you came back here. You need now the comfort of family
and friends and you guys and comedians and just everyone I know is here because there was no one I knew, not even I didn't even know. I know the dogs as well.
But everything is so far from each other. I've been like to Joburg. Everybody's far from each other. It's like an hour drive or something like it. Each other. So maybe the distance of that is like adds to that. I don't know. Like, so how's things going for you? Comedy wise now, and you got to build up your where you standing now, like.
I still stress about it, but I've learned not to stress about it anymore. Like I'm in such a chilled position right now that I can literally like just do whatever I want. Like like I can, you have the world in your hands and you can manipulate it the way you want to. You became like Doctor Strange and
you got that stone over a time stone, like shoot.
So I'm aware. So even when you say like, do you still want to go overseas? That's been on my mind. If you want to motivate yourself, but I think we're in a time where social media, the platforms we have now, you international already.
Yeah, that's very cute thing to observe. You are international right now if you just record this.
Yes, like you can
internationally.
Yeah, if you type in stand-up comedy, #stand-up comedy on Instagram, people from the UK will like your picture. People from America will like, because that's how international that hashtag is. So you don't have to go there anymore. That's the record thing. They will invite you to come there, but because you're home based, you can stay home based and just build it up here. But you'll get the international invite from everyone because of what you did at home. So you don't have to go there anymore. Like the old school did it. They had to go to Luis Ogola had to go to Joburg.
I like the thing of being able to be on the web and be able to be seen overseas. But I guess if in some sense you wanna play international stages, that is like the bigger to be able to play the crowds like that. So I'm not just from South Africa, like. It's interesting. interesting give and take.
Yeah, definitely different cultures, different foods, different experiences. Definitely, you will build up. You will, like, if you travel, your mind expands more. You learn more. You get more, and you find more about yourself. Like, I want to do that. So you learn more, and when you come back, then you somehow have new ambition as well.
Like you say, you did comedy in London. So what's stopping you from going back to London? You know that room. So what's stopping you from going back to London and maybe like playing there? Like, I'm not saying like go live there, but just maybe book a weekend or something like that there. Or, you know what I mean? Like so somehow, if you're well enough known, maybe on the web now, through your podcast or something like that. I'm not saying everyone must have a podcast, but if you're well enough known, like through somehow through the web, and then maybe enough people know you in London, and they're like, right, I want to book Justin, Ray, and you tell them, yo, I'm coming to London, this and this dates. You have enough people on the web following in London to book tickets to fill up maybe 2 rooms or something like that for a weekend. Yeah. That can make almost like your stay like worth it. It's wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you say. And
that's why it's almost important to expand yourself in different facets and not just on the stage, maybe.
Different mediums.
Different mediums. Different medium
Dog
facets.
whisperer. I think, and different media, different platforms. This is the time to really do that now.
So just like you were saying, you were doing like some acting, like or something like that. You were going some acting classes. Like.
Lately I've been doing a few acting classes because it's nice to be raw. When you see Richard Pryor in the Superman movie, I don't know if you saw that Superman movie, but
I can't remember. Yeah.
But because he built up his persona on stage, he didn't go to drama class first. He first figured it out himself and got to know himself. So he was so good in movies that they didn't have to like direct him. Even I think Jim Carrey does that. They didn't have to direct him and give him acting.
He had his own sort of persona.
Already.
So he brought to the character.
Already. And that they just bring it raw. And comedians, I think in the movie industry, they just let you go. You can...
Oh, that would be that's dope, no? Like you just be like yourself, like
but you don't like. Sometimes you can go off script and it will be so much better because you have that experience that you build up on stage, improv, and just figuring out comedy by yourself, building up your persona and stuff. And so I think but why I'm doing the acting classes now is just to to give me that other edge. Where I can act my jokes out as well. I'm good at all. my girl will tell you that. I'm good at all. But I think if you can, like, it gives me so much more dimensions if I do acting as well, or just learn a bit more. Because then I get into another skin, I get into another comfortable zone, or you should always try to expand yourself as well. But I just felt like because
I agree. You must do different things. Like you can't just do one thing. Like
even if you can do some ballet sometimes, you can throw that ballet in your comedy, and then you have more material as well. So I think, and that's why I think it's good for me to do acting, because my jokes is just premise, setup, punchline, premise, setup, punchline. That's my whole 20 minutes, right? But if I want to stretch, if I can stretch that, like by the end of my punchline, I have a throwaway, and then after the throwaway, or before the throwaway, I can act out the punchline. And that will even stretch my material more. So now with the acting that I'm doing,
so you're trying to diversify your comedy, like through the acting.
Yes, like
that's dope. Like.
If you see me now or before, I'm just standing on one spot and delivering. But after this class,
the acting now, you starting to move around.
More active. I'm more on stage as well, and you can see that in how I'm transforming it now. So acting is good,
lekker man. So check we almost coming to the end of our chat, like so obviously in Joburg, like you had an incident happen to you, like, and you how did that change you? Like you obviously hurt your eye. How did that change you, or did it change you, or you just the same Justin? Like,
No, I think I had to go through that experience because to get the message of what we as a country is going through now.
yeah,
In terms of crime and stuff. Even the army is here. So
Yeah,
you can
it's dangerous,
be
yeah.
aware. So I think I had to get that message to use it as a message in my comedy.
okay,
Aware. So I had to get the message through this incident. And obviously the message for me was love. Because that's what got me through this whole incident.
okay.
So I think the thing that's missing in our communities is love. There's not a lot of love because kids grow up without the father, without the parents
Yeah,
and stuff, and there's
yeah.
not a lot of love. So they go to the streets,
Yeah.
do drugs and stuff.
They
like
are
that.
hurt, so they begin to hurt. Like,
Other people, yeah, hurt people. So I think that's the message that I got through this. So it made me stronger, but more than that, it made me realize that something is terribly wrong in our community, because if you can do this to a human being,
sure.
and obviously you are hurting more than me.
Yeah,
That's
way
something
more. Bro.
aware. So it got me to a point, made me stronger to say like, okay, we actually need this message, and I think it was meant for me because I already had a so-called crazy country, the one man
Yeah.
song. So it was just extra spice, like about the things I was talking about already.
Yeah.
This was just proof that there is something crazy going on.
Yeah.
I need to change the name because you can't say crazy people, but there is something wrong going on and something missing
Yeah,
in our
it's-
community.
it's hectic,
So I think love is missing, and what I got from this incident in Joburg is we need more love. Oh yeah, I know that's very Stevie Wonder.
Love, man. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Justin. I hear you, and I agree with you. But it's like there's so much hurt people, and hurt people, and it's how do we stop it? Like I know you're saying love, like, but
love.
by me loving and what. How do it's like I'm looking for the answers, but
I think what we have to do the things that we can relate to. If you're in a club or wherever and a Bob Marley song play, like could you be loved? Everyone is singing it.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
is enjoying that song. Like
Yeah.
I shot the sheriff, or like No Woman No Cry. Everyone is singing with. And everyone is enjoying the music and everyone is in there. And then after that club experience, people will talk to each other like, yo, I remember that day we were there. And then you start relating to each other. Then you become family and friends. So doing things that we can relate to. So for me, bringing people together to comedy and then making them all laugh at the same time. And then afterwards, having went through that
Conversation.
experience, they have conversations because of that night. So I think we need
so
to do.
your message is are you trying to come to spread it through your message of comedy, like
To bring people together.
are you speaking about those communities in your comedy?
Yes, I am. Most of the time, I'm talking about how crazy Mitchell's Plain is, and so I do deliver the message through humor, and I think just to, so that people can relate to each other, and because if you can't relate, then you become a stranger to me, and then all the foreign national, there's
everybody's fighting each other.
because I don't know you, so that's why I'm scared of you. But once we have something common ground, which is laughter, everyone laughs. Then we have something to say, and then so I think music has done that, comedy has done that, so bringing people together. Mandela did it with sports, with rugby. So there's different mediums of bringing people together. So for me, it's comedy, and my message, obviously, what I've learned, what's missing for me in the communities is obviously love and laughter. So that's what I bring to the table,
Cool, man. Shout for coming on my show, my man.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate it, and we're gonna be checking each other out because you live now in Retreat here. You live right around the corner from me.
Oh, yeah.
So me and you're gonna be doing more things.
Oh, yeah. Nah,
Right
not
on the
too far
corner.
from the dealer, so it's cool. It's cool. Away, nah, definitely, bruh.
But where can anybody get your handles like on the Twitters and stuff like that?
Definitely, I've watched a lot of like Gary V this morning, so obviously I'm gonna be more active on
Gary V.
social media. So yeah, Facebook, Justin Ray Stoffels, Twitter, Justin Ray ST, Instagram, Justin Ray ST. So yeah, at Justin Ray ST, just type in at Justin Ray ST, and on YouTube, Justin Ray Comedy.
That Gary V, you check it out. I think that bra's on TikTok. I have this conspiracy theory that Gary V's on TikTok. It might be true, it might not be true, but why you speak so fast like it?
Away.
Anyway, thanks for coming on my show,
Okay,
man.
anytime,
Cool.
anytime.
Peace.